In this video, Microsoft Copilot will go head-to-head with the paid version of ChatGPT. Keep watching because at the end of the video, I'll confirm whether it's worth paying for ChatGPT or going with Microsoft's Copilot, which is free. To start, I'll keep Copilot's conversation style as balanced as not to give it any kind of competitive advantages. The first round, I've asked Copilot and ChatGPT to develop a complex plot for a historical fiction novel set in Renaissance Italy, intertwining the lives of a struggling artist, a noblewoman with a secret, and a Venetian merchant, including intricate political and social details of the era. To summarize, Copilot creates a short synopsis about an artist named Giovanni, the noblewoman is Caterina, and the merchant is Marco. Caterina is involved in a plot to overthrow the Doge of Venice, and they get intertwined with Marco after a big trade deal he had that went south. All three have to overcome challenges as they struggle to find their place in the world. ChatGPT's version fleshes out the characters with more backstory, but still names the artist and merchant Giovanni and Marco. Very similar to Copilot. Only the noblewoman's name is changed to Isabella. ChatGPT goes to lay out all three characters are involved in some of the Renaissance period's most historical events, and by the end, their actions shape the rest of the period in unfolding history. Both AI models do a good job with the prompt, but overall, ChatGPT is the winner because it's more descriptive, pulls in relevant history from the period, and helped with character development. Next, I've asked Copilot and ChatGPT to create a scene of a grand ballroom dance in a castle, but the dancers are robots. Full body, portrait style, romantic realism, with a focus on the robots, chandelier lighting, and the camera angle being wide, capturing the scale of the ballroom and other dancing robot couples. Copilot uses DALL-E 3 and generates 4 images, which accurately interpret the prompt. All of the elements are there from the grand ballroom, the robot dancers with robot couples, lighting, and so on. I'll show you the other examples. ChatGPT also uses DALL-E 3, but only generates one image at a time. The grand ballroom, full portrait, the lighting, and the camera angles are present. There's only one robot. It's not very clear if he's dancing or what he's doing there in the picture. And the other couples are not robots, they're just regular humans. Copilot is a winner because it does a better job of interpreting the prompt compared to ChatGPT. For the next one, I've asked Copilot and ChatGPT to write a complex email where a person has to navigate a difficult conversation with a friend. They are to provide a nuanced approach to handling emotions, empathy, and cultural sensitivity of the person. Copilot ends up writing a very generalized email, but it does include the framework of referencing all of the key asks in the prompt. ChatGPT also captures all of the prompt details, yet it fleshes out the writing on the greeting process, the empathy, and even provides a template on cultural sensitivity with a section here in brackets, and I'll just highlight that there, to input the relevant information for the purpose the email is intended for. While both AI models succeed in completing the request, the slight edge goes to ChatGPT because it does a better job of drawing out the concepts in the email and providing sections where it can be personalized further. For the next one, I asked Copilot and ChatGPT to create an image of a Victorian-era scientist working in a steampunk laboratory with advanced technology, vintage feel, dim lighting with a focus on lighting, casting dramatic shadows, side camera angle, capturing the scientist at work with all these gadgets around him. Copilot does a great job, and all 4 images capture the elements of the prompt required, and I'll bring those up for you here, and I'll just cycle through them. All of the images are great. ChatGPT does the same thing. The only difference being is that it produced a wider shot rather than just having a side shot of the scientist close up. While both AI models performed the task well, the slight edge goes to Copilot because the images are rich in detail and it kept the camera angle consistent throughout all 4 images. So far, the battle's been pretty close because Copilot and ChatGPT have won 2 rounds each. Keep watching to see who the winner will be. In the next one, I asked Copilot ChatGPT to imagine a piece of technology that could exist in the year 2100. Describe its functionality, how it integrates with daily life, and its potential societal impact, focusing on ethical and practical considerations. Copilot talks about a teleport machine that scans a person's body and creates a copy which is then transported and reconstructed using a 3D printer. It goes on to mention the impact on transportation and the ethical issues around cloning people, potential safety issues of, having to reconstruct somebody, which could pose serious harm to the user. ChatGPT talks about a technology called NeuroSync, which is an implant that connects digital interfaces to the brain. The integration into daily life, societal impact, and ethical issues are fleshed out a lot more. As I scroll through that, you can see that here. But the idea feels like it's just a duplicate of Elon Musk's Neuralink company. And if you're not familiar with Neuralink, it essentially Elon is trying to develop a chip which can be implanted in a person's brain and connect them to digital interfaces. While both AI models completed the task admirably, neither of the ideas were original and make reference to ideas that either exist today or there are ideas that have been talked about for decades, like in shows like Star Trek. This round is being called as a draw. In the next one, I asked Copilot and ChatGPT to create an image of a cybernetic owl perched on a futuristic cityscape at dusk, full body portrait, hyper-realistic, intricate detailing of the owl's mechanical parts, low lighting, neon lights reflecting, and low camera angle looking at the owl while the cityscape is blurred in the background. Copilot generates 4 images that are visually stunning with lots of intricate detail, realism, the city's blurred in the background, lots of good lighting that are reflecting off of the city right onto the owl. ChatGPT is still only giving you 1 image, but it nails all of the required details from the prompt, but the detailing is a little bit darker and it's difficult to make out. There's some shadows here that are darkening toward the bottom of the owl's body. Both AI models can hold their own against each other when it comes to creating this image, but I'm giving the slight edge to Copilot because the detailing of the mechanical parts of the owl are better and there's less of a shadow effect that I was talking about in ChatGPT's image. Copilot's interpretation just looks a lot better. It's been a close battle round after round. Copilot can do almost anything ChatGPT does and it's completely free. A paid ChatGPT subscription might make sense if you're looking to create custom GPTs and get access to OpenAI's GPT store so they can share revenue with creators. I can show you how to create custom GPTs. Just click this video right here.